going. All right, looks good. Cool, so then I got that going, got that. Make sure that the sound is coming through. Is the sound coming through? Yeah, sound's coming through. Cool, excellent. All right, hey guys, hey everybody. All right, so I look all crazy, I know. So people are like, what the hell's going on? I'm actually running some experiments and I need to collect some data for these experiments. So what I'm doing is, and I don't know if y'all been following along during the, hold on, see, I have to calibrate the instruments just right because I don't need it to be completely like, you know what it, right now it looks like it's completely red. I need it to kind of look, I don't need it to be that intense, the sensitivity level of the equipment. So I'm trying to adjust the sensitivity level just so that it's enough to notice what parts of my brain are firing off, but not enough. My computer's like in overdrive, so y'all might hear it like going out of control. It's like going to take off. Okay, cool. I think that's it. I think that's good. Okay, cool. So what I'm doing is I'm actually, I have an EEG machine on my head. I got this like last year and I had intended to do this last year. Didn't get around to doing it. Finally getting around to doing it now. But I got it because I wanted to see like if there's any noticeable changes in my brainwave pattern whenever I'm doing this kind of work. So if you are on the, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can actually see the graph because I'm recording it as I'm actually, so I don't know, hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can turn this around so y'all can see what I'm talking about. You see it there? So y'all can actually see the graph on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm on Facebook and YouTube because I have it kind of going simultaneously with the feed. I can't really do it on Instagram, right? But I've got it going on here. So that's what I'm doing here. So, okay. So this is essentially the purpose of this. I have it broken down into 4 categories. There's delta waves, alpha waves, theta waves, and also beta waves. Delta waves are usually when you're asleep, like when you're in deep sleep or sleep, that's theta. That's delta, I'm sorry, that's delta. Theta is kind of the state between like sleep, deep sleep, and relaxed. Most people who are meditators or people who are always in relaxed, like super deep, thought-provoked states tend to resonate a lot more with theta, or there's a lot of theta waves that tend to run in their brains. People who are having like mystical experiences, they can also say that their brains are in theta. There's a lot of research behind it. It's not just like me saying this out of my ass because this is based in like scientific research. Alpha is when you're really relaxed and you're so relaxed that you're kind of in that state. Beta is when you're like very sharply focused and you're like performing super intense tasks and you're not very connected to your emotional center. Theta, you're more connected to your emotional center. So what people can see on the screen, so as I go through the readings, because I've never recorded myself while I'm in session, yesterday and then like earlier this week, I actually recorded my brainwaves during different periods of the day under different circumstances. So there were certain circumstances where I was just chilling and relaxing and watching TV and my theta brainwaves were firing off. Now, what people don't always also realize is that also, whenever you've got a lot of theta waves going on, like very red throughout the entire brain, it also can indicate anxiety and stress as well. So it can also reflect that as well. So I'm going to do it again on another day when I feel maybe way more relaxed, just because I want to make sure that there's a consistency there. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm trying to record the activity in my brain to see what changes or what is happening in my brain at different types of activity. So when I'm being just like natural throughout my day, what's going on in my brain? When I'm doing readings, what's happening in my brain? When I'm watching like a really interesting show or something that I'm really involved with, what's happening in my brain? When I'm just writing stuff out or typing stuff, what's happening in my brain? So I'm trying to record my brain activity during different periods of the day. And as you can see here, hold on, give me a second, because this is, there we go. I want to make sure everything's okay here. So as you can see here, I've got different things happening with my brain states. So I'm actually, let me adjust this a little bit because I want to make sure that this is going to be not too sensitive, because if it's too sensitive, it's gonna not show enough. Oh, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trying to adjust it from, there we go. Okay, cool. So I think that should work. I was trying to adjust that sensitivity so that way if it is going to fire off, we can see it more specifically and it's not just my whole brain is red. So what I'm going to do, my normal bit, I'm doing my normal readings. I'm just recording the activity in my brain while I'm doing it. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. So y'all don't have to notice any differences. Y'all don't have to, it'd be interesting when I'm talking to certain people or I'm tuning into certain individuals, if there's any reactions in my brain or in different areas of my brain. That'd be interesting. But okay, so as usual, so you can go ahead and start posting your questions in the comments section below. And I'm going to try to get to as many of you as I can. Of course, I can't like read everybody, but I'm going to try to read as many of you as I can. I'm going to do text first, and then I'm going to do video second. So my statements aren't personal. Yeah, my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take in your life, you are 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. I know a lot of people worry about that, but you really can change your future if you want to. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but you should always consult with a licensed professional for those kinds of issues, okay? If you enjoy these lives or if you enjoy being able to ask me questions, if you can give me hearts or a thumbs up and let me know that you appreciate these. If you can also send this video feed out to people that maybe follow you or people who you think might appreciate being able to ask a question as well, please do so. What else? Oh yeah, if you did receive a reading or if you've received a reading in the past and you haven't shared your story or you haven't shared how you connected with the information, if you can go to the post after this video, it's going to be like an animal or a sign or something from spirit. In there you can share your own personal story. Just share like how you connected with the information or how you were able to connect with that stuff. If you get tired of waiting for me to answer your question, because I don't always answer everybody's questions, and it's not because I don't want to, I'm just one person, right? And I can't do this for too long because then my brain will blow up. If you want to ask me a question or seek my services, just go to my website, fernandomarone.com. People love to like message me. They'll go on like Instagram, they go on Facebook, they go on like Twitter, and they'll private message me. Like, even though like my profile shows my website, they will still message me, how can I get a reading? I was like, okay, go to my website, it's right there. So go to my website, fernandomarone.com, if you want to inquire for services or if you want to see what's available in my appointment slots. If not, you can keep showing back to the lives, they're free, doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable doing. What else? Check out my newsletter. I put out a newsletter every week with all of the stuff that I've put out that week. So we've gotten them back rolling again. So check that out. Also, new podcast episodes. People have been asking me about my podcast. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. I already started working on the new podcast titles and like focuses or topics. So I will be doing more podcasts. It's just I've taken a little bit of break just because I was recovering from 2020. So that's the reason why. And actually that's what the first episode is going to be about. What I learned about myself in 2020 or how I grew or how I felt I could have maybe evolved or done things differently, etc. So it's going to be kind of like an honest one-on-one with me about my 2020 experience. I think that's it. So yeah, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you might get hit by a troll, someone who's going to message you and ask you to private message them. They are a troll. It is not me. So if they private message you and they're asking you to message them back, it's nothing to do with me. You need to report that person as spam and then block them. And then hopefully the system will kind of get triggered and then, you can hopefully do that there. Okay. I think that's it. So, all right. So let me go. I'm done with this right here. So. Please let me fix my music because my music is really low. Like my computer sounds like it's going to take off, so I want to make sure that I can hear my music because my music keeps me calm. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. So I'm about to get started. So I'm not going in any particular order. I'm going to start with Facebook and YouTube first, and then I'm going to bounce over to Instagram over here. So let's go over here. All right, Gerardo Abalos on Facebook. Hey, Ferny, any messages from my grandfather, Jesse? Yeah, so first of all, I'm hearing Jesse twice, so I feel like there might be two Jessies because I'm almost hearing the name Jesse twice, or there might be a junior, or there might be an additional Jesse. The reason why I'm saying that is because I have an uncle Jesse as well, and he was one of two, so there was another Jesse in the family, so that's what I'm seeing. I also keep being reminded, thank you. He keeps doing this, so I don't know if he was having difficulty eating towards the end, or there were some challenges with being able to like chew, but he's almost acknowledging that this is fine, or he can eat again, or there's no problem with this, so he's making reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you, the communication between his brain and his body. He makes me feel like something went awry. Whenever I see something like that, that could mean a couple of things. That could mean that there was some neurological issues that were affecting him. It could also mean a stroke. It could also mean that something cut off the communication between his brain and his body just started to shut down. But he's making me feel like there's some issues or some things going on there as well. So FYI with that also. He's also doing this, so there might be a special ring or a duplicate of a ring. And I say duplicate because it almost feels like a copy. So there might be something like that that he's also trying to make reference to or acknowledge, okay? Either that or someone's about to get married and someone's gotten a ring. So that may also be it as well. Germsey, she's like, what did she say? Hola, any messages from my spirit guide? Do they like 90s R&B music? Yeah, I listen to a station that's got like a mix of everything. So it's got like all the music genres. So that's, yeah, I'm like, people ask me like, hey, do you like, Ziggy Azalea or Ziggy I don't know her name. And I'm like, I don't know who that is, or I don't know her music. So I don't know these new people up in this place. I only know, like, I've only been keeping track of music since like mid 2000s. Like I literally stopped listening to music around the mid 2000s. I think when the Backstreet Boys stopped like having music, that was pretty much when I stopped listening to music. Christy Everhart Sanchez. Do you see my boyfriend and I being long term? Marriage, does his mother approve? I think his mother is just a moody person. So it's not so much about approval as it is like one day she's good and one day she's not good. I wouldn't take everything that she has to say like too seriously because I kind of feel like she don't even know what she's doing. So I would say that she just might become moody or she just might like switch back and forth, but I wouldn't take it too seriously. With that being said, as far as you and your boyfriend being long-term, I keep seeing 2 years, which means y'all might be going up to 2 years and then something changes at the end of a 2-year period. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to end, but as of right now, I feel like y'all might get up to that 2-year period and then something changes at that point. I'm not feeling as confident that y'all will stick together, but it's not a bad connection. But the 2-year mark is going to be the one that cinches it for you. So you're going to have to pay extra close attention to that 2-year period. Okay. Jennifer Gamage Schaefer. What can you tell me about my past lives? Depends on the past life, because I feel like you've had several. I do think there was one, interestingly enough, I feel like you had one lifetime. I want to say this would have been in Russia. This wouldn't have been known as Russia back in the day. It probably would have been a different name, or maybe the Soviet Union. But I want to say this is around the time frame of Russia. This might have been like in the mid 1800s because I'm kind of looking at that time frame. There was a lifetime where you actually owned your own bakery. So you either, and you were a male in that lifetime, but you were a baker or you owned your own bakery or you had your own bakery shop. So that was that lifetime as well. It actually was three, because this was like this stayed in the family for 3 generations, meaning that it may have started with like a grandfather and then the father got it and then you got it. So there's almost like 3 generations where it's stuck around. Okay. Hey peeps, make sure your questions are specific, because I'm seeing some of you like, help me please. Help you with what? Like, you got to be specific. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So you need to ask me a specific question, sweetheart, because I'm not a mind reader. I don't know everything that's going on in your brain. So you need to be specific with your question. Ah, got it. Thank you. Now she clarified. Hearing from granddaughter. You text me? Okay, now I'm confused. Your grandfather, you text me. Re-ask your question, Rhonda. I think it's Rhonda or Ron. Re-ask your question, because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look for your question again to see if I can get a full question, like a sentence. Don't just like, to say 2 words. Like, I need a complete sentence, people. A new chapter. Hi, what does the future hold for me in love? Which is a basic question. Not going to answer that because you got to be specific. But then you get specific, so you correct yourself. Who will be the man I marry? I feel like, I don't think it's anyone in the picture right now. Unfortunately, I feel like this might be about 3 years away. So you might be about 3 years away from settling down with somebody. I also think that the person's name starts with a G, like Gordon or Gary. It's got like a Gare sounding name to it. So this is in about 3 years, I believe. Nicole Wood. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from Nana June? P.S. Love this experiment. Thank you, Nicole. So, Nana June, yeah, the first thing, I keep smelling flowers, so I don't know if she was big on planting flowers or roses, but you might smell that from time to time. But you might also, she might be acknowledging you planting flowers or flowers being planted in her honor or memory, because that's the way I want to relate to it. She also keeps acknowledging the number 7, so the 7th of a month might be significant, or the month of July might be significant in that way. She also keeps acknowledging, let me fix my thing to make sure, there it goes green. You want to make sure all the sensors, it's like tricky equipment, y'all. She also keeps acknowledging, thinking she's doing this, so there might be a necklace or something that's worn around the neck that might be significant or might be connected to her, but it may not be something that she had. It may be something that you got or you wear, thinking that you think of her after her passing. So that may be what she's referring to. Okay, let me go over here, because let's go over here. Johnny year 7289. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from my ancestors or spirit guide? When people ask me about ancestors, I never understand what they're actually asking me about. Just so y'all know, when people ask me about ancestors, because ancestors could be like people y'all never met, and there's no way to validate, that that's them. Spirit guides, usually you'll start to have stuff in your life happen and they'll confirm that or validate that. But when people say ancestors, I don't really know if they're talking about like grandparents or like just family members, or they're talking about like people from 500 years ago. So that word confuses me a little bit. But what I will say is I will say that to answer your question, spirit guides, I do think, first of all, your guides want you to take yourself a little more seriously, because I think sometimes you are looking for validation or needing to feel validated by others, and they're almost like, stop that. You don't need to be validated by anybody else. Like, just trust yourself and like let yourself be. So they're almost acknowledging that you need to kind of have more confidence in yourself, even if it doesn't feel like you want to have confidence. Like, just go with it. They're also acknowledging, thank you. You need to express your more artistic side. In other words, there are going to be opportunities where you can be more artistically expressive, whether it be music or performance. It almost feels like it's performance related, and not so much like physical, like drawing or like painting, but it's more artistic in the way of having to do with expression or expression and performance. They're like wanting to throw you towards that, because there's something there that you're either not giving yourself a chance to experiment with, or that you could potentially benefit from. So just FYI with that, okay? Let's go over here. Abalos Roxanne also is my grandma Josie watching over me. Yes, she's doing this. So I don't know if you have a bracelet or a watch that may be connected to her. She also keeps acknowledging something might have happened with the light right above the bed, or right right above, because she's like flickering this, so she's doing that, so there might be a flickering light that she likes to trigger, or she likes to mess with whenever you're laying down. She also keeps it, I can smell a pillow, so I don't know if you have a blanket or bedding that belong to her, but I feel like there's something bedding related that y'all may still have, because she's acknowledging that as well. She also is acknowledging the number 20. I want to say it's 20 or 22, because I'm seeing that too, but I feel like there's something right after it. So I want to say it's either 20 or 22 that might be connected to her as well. So just FYI with that also. Okay. Butterflies are also a sign from her, just so you know. Yvonne HDZ. Hi, Ferny. I've been feeling lost lately in several. And then that was the end of that's the end of it. So I've been feeling lost lately, and then that was the end of our conversation. You're not lost, sweetheart. You just keep scattering yourself. In other words, you keep trying to put your hand in like different piles, and you're trying to do too many things at the same time. You need to just pick one thing and then run with it, not have thousands of ideas and then take thousands of steps in thousands of different directions. Don't do that. Like, just focus on one priority, one thing, and then run with that. Like, throw everything you have into that particular direction, because that will start to show you evidence that there's something there for you. And if it's the wrong direction, which usually it's not, if it's the wrong direction, you will get rerouted in a way. Okay. But there's a reference to that as well. Okay. I'm going to adjust this real quick, because this is being really sensitive, and I want to see if I can get, okay, that way, because I don't want it to be too sensitive, and then we're not going to be able to tell like specifics. Okay, there we go. Okay, going back over here. Fit Girl Tatinas, does my aunt Diana have any messages for us? She passed away unexpectedly from COVID. Yeah, so the first thing she's acknowledging, she's funny, because she's almost like, I know exactly who gave it to me. So she's almost wanting to like point the finger at someone. She's like, I know exactly who gave it to me. So she's almost like acting like she knows. So I think that there might be some indications, or people may like have an assumption of who gave it to her or where she got it from. But she's almost like making a joke about that. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She said she thought that she was going to be able to get past it, or it wasn't going to be as bad as it was. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but she's acknowledging that she also didn't think it was going to be as serious, but she was scared, and she may not have expressed that as much, because she makes me feel like she was a bit more scared than people gave her credit for, that the people realized in that way. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. There's an EM or an EL name that she's trying to acknowledge. I want to say it might be someone in spirit with her, because she's making reference to that EM or EL sounding name, like in Emilia. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a male EM, like Emilio, or there's like there's like a name like that, and there's someone in spirit that is connected to her, or it's with her as well. And they may have even had like problems with their heart as well, because I almost feel like the heart was giving out, or it was like not happening. So she's making me feel that also. She also shows me white birds. So white birds specifically, like white doves and white pigeons, are going to be a sign from her as well. Okay, let me bring somebody on, because I need to get some interaction going with myself. Let's do Andrea here. Let's see. Adjust this craziness right here.
Hi,
Hello, how you doing, sweetheart?
how are you?
I'm good. What did you want to ask about?
Okay, so I'm wondering about my son's dad. He's all but disappeared from the picture, and it's really weird because he was an active dad. He was in the picture and everything, but like within the last year, he's just scattered. So, and I don't really know what's going on with him.
Yeah, I kind of feel a personality shift from him, and it's not like this is a chosen personality shift. I almost feel like this is due to the minute you said his name, immediately I was thinking of like someone when they start to go through like mental breakdowns. And I'm kind of getting that vibe from him. I feel like maybe in his life he's either been he's been pushed too hard, or there's more of a that's what I feel. I feel like he's going through like a breakdown, because I feel like he's just not functioning the same way that he was. I also think that he might have started getting into substances or something that might also be some of these changes in him as well. I do not think this will stay this way, though. I feel like this is temporary. The people he's around has a lot to do with it also, so I feel like that's a big indicator, a big reason. But I think that that's going to he'll come back around. It might take about 7 months before he starts to be more engaging again. But I feel like more him personally going through. I think he's just unable to keep up with everything, and he's kind of shutting down in his mind. And then he might be doing something or taking something that's aggravating or adding to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
The last time you talked to him, did he say something odd about people not caring about him, or like sometimes he feels like he's not thought about and people just like they just assume that he's okay and he's not?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not okay. I honestly would recommend he get with a doctor, because he might need to address this in a different way. And I don't think that I wouldn't want him to hurt himself.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so I would drum it into his head to go to a doctor and see if we can get some help through that process.
Can I ask you one more question? Can you give me any sort of insight on my spirit guide?
Yeah. Do you know their name?
I don't.
Okay. Her name, I think your main guide's a female. Her name is Talia.
Talia. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because I was gonna say Thumbelina. I was like, Thumbelina. Like,
Talia. Okay.
Yeah.
Very exotic sounding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually makes me feel like you've seen her. So when you were little, you used to have an imaginary friend, and that was your imaginary.
Wow.
So if you ask the people around you that were around you when you were kids, they might remember you talking to like this imaginary girl.
Okay. Okay. How do I like tap into her or find out more about her?
Yeah. All you have to, there's 2 ways of doing it. One is right before you go to sleep, just pretend there's an imaginary like room in your mind, in your brain, and in this room there's nothing there except a seat in the middle, and the seat has like a tag that's reserved for your spirit guide, and you can put her name on the tag and just imagine it or envision it, and then fall asleep thinking that, and then invite her in and just say like, hey, like, you want to communicate? I'm down. Pop up in my dreams. I got space for you. And then hold that image while you're falling asleep. And that in itself is an invitation. And she will use that as an opportunity to try to get in and bridge the connection to you. That's one. The second thing, because they're communicating with us all the time, people want them to like appear. People want them to people want them to appear. People want to hear a voice. I'm like, y'all are really needy people. Like, y'all need to get good at paying attention, not make them better at, showing up and being like in full apparition form. The way you do that is by journaling your thoughts. Ask a question and expect an answer, and just answer the question. Even if you think it's just you answering the question, answer the question. And in the process of doing that, start to pay attention to your thoughts, because there's very subtle differences between what you're thinking, which is your stream of thoughts, and then what they're telling us. And you'll notice a very subtle difference. And at some point, you'll get good at distinguishing the difference. So then you can start to actually have regular conversations with them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ferny. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Let's see, going to the next person. Let's go here. Let's see. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, tried it. Let's try someone else. People don't jump on here. Let's see. Let's do Leanne Marie. Let's do Leanne Marie. Here, Leanne, I'm coming for you.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Give me 1 second. I gotta a bad sensor here, so I gotta adjust it with some saline to make sure it does what it's supposed to. There we go. Come on. Swear to God, I swear to God. All right, come on. Come on. Yeah, like all of the sensors have to be like dipped in saline, and then it has to make proper contact with my head. If it doesn't, then it will not.
You won't read.
It won't do what it's supposed to. I'm like, I need you to like do what I'm supposed to do. So let's see if I can get it to switch on. Come on, sensor. Come on, sensor. Yeah, I know there's like newer models, and I'm like all about getting a newer model because I'm like, I'm trying to make this easy, y'all. I ain't trying to like make this harder on myself. So let's see. Click on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, there it goes. Yep, yep, almost there. Go great. Go for me. There we go. Okay, cool. All right. It's still connected. As long as it's still connected, that's all that matters. What do you want to ask me about, Mama?
So I have two questions. One is, do you hear anything from my grandma for my mom?
Mm-hmm. First of all,
Her name is Lucille.
did they call her Lulu or Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Like part of that. So if her name is Lucille, she might have gone by Lucy or
Yeah.
I mean, like Lucy or Lulu or Lou because she's doing that. She is acknowledging the number 5. Do you know the 5th of a month or May is connected? Your mom?
No.
Okay, she showed me 5. So either the month of May is connected or the 5th of a month is connected because she's acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging the 11 as well. So the month of November or the 11th of a month is also connected because she's acknowledging that also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but
Is your mom with you, by the way?
she is in the other room.
That's okay. Because I'm like, if she's wanting me to connect with grandma, I was like, she needs to bring her up. She doesn't have to be on camera, but if I can hear her, that'll help.
Yeah, yeah. So from like the 5th of the month, this is Ferny. The 5th of the month or like the 11th of the month.
Hey, Mama.
Say hi.
Hi. All right. So this is what Mom was telling me. So Mom is acknowledging the number 5. So do you know if the 5th of a month or May is connected?
The 5th of May?
No, the 5th of the month
5th?
or May.
That's okay. She also mentioned the 11 as well. So the 11th of a month or November is also connected.
November 11th?
No. The month of November or the 11th of a month?
Is connected. No. She's saying no.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna leave that with you. It's gonna come back to you as soon as I get off the video. So she's acknowledging that.
Your mom.
Oh.
Okay.
There. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. She's also showing me a little doll. Do you have a doll that belonged to her?
Or did you say my grandma?
You know what? It's my grandma Lala coming through. Her name is Oralia, and they called her Lala, and he had said something like that. And so Grandma Lala used to collect porcelain dolls.
And yes, I do.
God. Okay, so
I have a doll. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
It's my grandmother. My grandmother, her grandmother.
Okay. So got it. So we got your grandma coming through, wanting to make the introductions. Your grandmother is coming through. She wants credit because she feels like she's worked her butt off and she wants everyone to know how great she is. So that's your grandma, right? Okay.
Yes, and she did. She was a hardworking lady. She
got it.
She raised me, my sister, and my brother.
Because your mom is, I feel like I need to get your mom through as well. So your grandmother wants to make the introductions. Your mom is coming forward as well because your mom is, there's actually 4 females there. So I've got your grandmother, I've got your mom, and then I've got 2 other females as well. Your mom is acknowledging, first of all, she's putting her hand over her mouth. Did you not get a chance to see your mom or say goodbye because she's putting her hand over her mouth?
I seen my mother, yes, before she had passed.
But we
But were
didn't
you there?
get to
We didn't we didn't get to go to her funeral.
Okay, because she's like, okay, that's okay. She's acknowledging like not being present for something at the end. So if you weren't there when she actually passed away, or if you didn't go to her funeral, she's okay with that. She doesn't want to make a big deal about it. She also actually wants to ask you to forgive her because she feels she's the one that should be asking you for forgiveness. So she's acknowledging that. She also says that sometimes she had a habit of expressing herself in a way where she was mean or she wasn't really paying attention to how she would speak. And she's acknowledging that she is so sorry that she could be that way. But she also keeps pointing to her head and making me feel like she didn't always know what she was saying and she should have been on medication. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. She also had a habit of blaming everybody else for her problems. And she says that that wasn't right of her to do that and that she should have never done that. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also says that it's not that she got it. It's not that she abandoned you. It's just that she doesn't want anyone to believe that she abandoned them. But y'all weren't safe with her, or y'all were not okay with her, because she makes me feel like she wasn't the healthiest person. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She also keeps blaming the males in her life. Does she have a habit of running off with males or trying to like make the males more important in the family?
No, my dad was very abusive to my mother.
Okay.
So that's why we weren't safe.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because she's blaming the males, like almost as if the relationships with the males is what triggered her to not be able to take care of y'all. So she's just acknowledging that. She also, thank you. Is there a Rudy or a Rudolph name connection?
Ruby, my Aunt Ruby, maybe.
That could be it. Is she passed?
No.
Okay, no, that's not it. There's a Rudy or a Rudolph, and I'm thinking it's a male because I was thinking it was a male anyways. So there's a Rudy or a Rudolph. They would have had, thank you. This is back in the day when you were real young. He passed in a car accident or in an accident. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was my mom's coworker.
Okay.
They were real close.
Got it. She's just acknowledging who she's with or who she's got with her. So she's just acknowledging that as well. Your mom also says that she messed with thank you. She messed with the door in the bathroom when you were taking a shower. Did the door just open by itself, or did air start to come through and the door like started to close or open by itself when you were taking a shower one day? And you thought someone came in and left the door open?
Not that I remember. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
you were in the shower. You thought one of the kids came in and you thought they left the door open and you got mad because it got cold or it got chilly.
I probably did.
Okay, because she's acknowledging that. She also did you buy your grandmother white diamonds? The perfume?
Yeah.
Yeah. Acknowledging what you got her. So she's just referencing the white diamonds. You might smell it from time to time. It's her coming around to let you know that she's with you. She's with you. They're with you. Your mom is with you. Your grandmother's with you. Your mom's not upset. And if anything, she's asked you for forgiveness. When you're ready to forgive, to just let her know and say it to her. She also says there's a baby with her as well. So there might have been a baby that was miscarried, lost, or terminated because there's a baby in spirit with her. So someone might have lost a baby. They may have actually, I hate to say this, someone drowned their baby. Do you know of a baby connected to the family that got drowned?
No.
The family. You might need to ask your siblings because she's acknowledging there's a baby that was accidentally drowned. It's almost like the mother was taking care of the baby or baby, and the baby was either in the tub or in like one of those little kiddie pools because she's acknowledging a baby that was there or a child that was there that drowned.
Okay.
Okay, so you might need to ask the family members because she's acknowledging that. But your mom is okay and she's with you.
Thank you.
Sweetheart. All right, my dears. Y'all take care.
Thank you. Right.
All right, see, I got a malfunctioning couple of sensors here. So y'all give me a second. Let me get this right so I can make sure that this is all reading properly. Okay. Oh, oh. All right, let's see. I think I got it. That's what I had to do the other day too, y'all. So I was like having to adjust everything. It was annoying as hell, but it is what it is. Go green for me, baby. Go green. That's orange. That's fine. That's good enough. Got time to be dealing with. I got time to be dealing with all that extra equipment. If it goes black, then I'll pick it. So let me go to somebody else here. Right. Let's do Ariel here. Let's see.
Hi, Ferny.
Hello. How you doing, sweetheart?
Good.
Good. What do you want to ask me about?
I wanted to ask you about my mom and if there are any messages from her.
Yeah. So first of all, she showed me the number 4, but I feel like it's a double meaning. Do you know if there's a connection to the 4th of a month or April?
My son's birthday is tomorrow, the 4th.
Got it. So she's acknowledging that, and then she's repeating it. Is there another 4th reference as well? Because she's also repeating it, like there's another day on the 4th or in the 4th month as well. Is that or those 4 of you?
There's not 4 of us. I mean, I have to think about that one.
Okay. So it's either the 4th of another month or it's the month of April, but she's acknowledging that double meaning. So if your son's birthday is 1, then there's another one because she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She showed me something interesting. I feel like I'm looking at a beach ball, and I feel like I'm seeing this in an image as if I'm playing with someone. Is there a picture of her with the beach ball, or were y'all recently at the beach playing with the beach ball?
She loves the beach, so any photos we have of her, like in memory, or like we have a photo of her on a beach chair. We have photos. Yeah, it's
perfect. Okay, and she always liked those colors, like the rainbow, rainbow umbrella, or those, right? Did she like those, like where it's like 4 or 5 different colors of like in an umbrella?
Well, at the beach club, her umbrella was it was my grandma's umbrella, but it was the colorful one that we used. So that makes sense.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging that as well. She's also showing me a picture of her with a straw hat, but it's like a dyed hat. Is there like a white sun hat that's like a it's not like a straw color, it's like white. That or it's a wide brim white hat, because she's showing me that. You know what? I feel like she might have done something cool like once where she tried to look like a model at the beach from like the 50s or the 60s, where those models would have those big hats with the big glasses. Do you know there's a picture of her acting like she's like...
Well, I'm looking over here at the pictures that we have of her. I don't see any with the hat, but there's definitely some that look model-esque, I would say.
Okay, she should be something like that. So there might be some, if not, there might be a younger picture of her like this. Thank you, I feel like I'm going swimming. Did she like to, aside from the beach, did she actually like to dive and swim, or did she teach your child to dive? I feel like I'm teaching your kid how to swim. I almost feel like she's just acknowledging you teaching your kid how to swim. Where's she going with this?
It could be because she never got to meet my son, so.
Oh, okay, got it. She's trying to say something were you trying to teach him how to swim, or were you trying to get him into swimming classes? Because she's acknowledging teaching him how to swim.
I do want to, yes.
Okay.
It's been limiting, but yes.
She's pushing that. So she's almost wanting you to do it. So she's like making reference to that. She's also doing this. Is there a charm bracelet or a loose bracelet that is connected to mom?
Yes.
Okay. She's also acknowledging, thank you. Do you also have her glasses?
I believe someone does, but I don't have
That's
them.
okay. Because she's showing me glasses. So there's a reference there as well. She also keeps, thank you. She loves you. She loves you. She says she's really proud of you. She showed me also showing me the number 7. Do you know if July or the 7th of a month is connected as well?
My birthday is July.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging that as well. When in July is it?
The 13th.
Okay, got it. I was going to ask you, it was the 4th.
No.
I was like, that's the other. Yeah, she's just acknowledging that July being connected as well. She's wishing you a happy birthday. She also is acknowledging 2 babies in spirit. Do you know of 2 kids that were miscarried, lost, or terminated, or there's been 2 babies born since her passing?
I'd have to think about that.
She showed me 2 babies, and I'm seeing it that way. So either it means that there's 2 babies that have been born since her passing, or there's like babies in spirit with her. And she's trying to acknowledge 2 babies that didn't make it. So she's making reference to that. Is there also Jojo? I don't know if it's Joseph or Jojo. Is there an animal named Joseph or Jojo, or if there's a Jojo nickname?
My son's name is Jace.
Oh.
There was an animal that would have passed, but it's not Jojo.
That's okay. She might be trying to acknowledge your son then, because I feel like she's talking about something small, but I almost feel like she's also giving me that nickname, and I was trying to jump. She might just be trying to name your son and just letting you know that she name of your child. She also keeps acknowledging the artistic pictures. Are there black and white pictures of your son when he was a baby, or are there black and white pictures that you were wanting to get done?
Yeah, newborn photos. Yep.
Perfect. She's just acknowledging that those are her favorite, so she loves those pictures as well. She also said, thank you. Do you have a broken ornament that is connected to her that you still use or keep?
We got new ornaments this year, and there is one that's connected to her.
Okay, so she's just acknowledging that. If you look at the ornament, either it might have a crack or a chip, or there's something that it might not be a perfect version of it. She's like, that doesn't matter. You just don't throw away something that's good. So she's just acknowledging that as well. There's also a William or a Will in spirit with her. So there's also another person that's in spirit, but this may be connected to a different person in the family or on a different side. But she's acknowledging who's with.
Okay, that name doesn't ring a bell. I know there's a lot of other people in spirit with her that are related to me, but that name doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, they may have gone by Bob, but I feel I'm seeing like William, but they may have gone by Bob. But it might not be your family. This might be connected to like a spouse's family or someone else in a different side of the family.
Okay, do you have a William, Peter? No, not my husband. But
yeah, it would have. But they might have gone by Bob. But it doesn't feel like it's like a direct line of family. It feels like it's off to the side. So it might be a different person, but there's still someone there that's like, I'm seeing military service. This person served in the military, so I'm acknowledging a military person that. Your spouse, did they have like people who were in law enforcement in their family?
In law enforcement? Do you have law enforcement? He doesn't think so, no.
Okay. This is somehow connected to that same person. So if he asks or goes or looks into it, y'all may find the answers there. Because I almost feel like this, I'm seeing like a sheriff's car. So for me, that's law enforcement. But I'm also seeing military. So they may have served in the military as well. This seems like an older man or an older person. So there's somehow someone that's connected to the family. Okay? All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's go around, Let's see. I'm gonna answer a few more, some more texts, y'all. So don't worry, I still got plenty of time. I'm going a little longer today than usual, just because. Let's go to Lolly. Let's try Lolly. Hello, Lolly. Lolly? Lolly? Lolly, wake up. Hello, Lolly? Sweetheart, wake up. Hi. Hi. Hi, wake up. How you doing, sweetheart?
Ow.
Hi. Hi. All right, sweetheart. I'm going to let you go because it looks like you're still trying to wake up. So I'm going to let you go. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hysterical when she goes back and says, oh my God, what the hell happened? Oh, that's hysterical. Hysterical. Let's do close up. Hello.
Can't believe you've accepted.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks to you.
Awesome. I'm good. Thank you for asking. What would you like to ask me about?
Oh my God, I was not expecting it. That's the first request I've done.
Oh, great. I'm glad I get to surprise you.
Oh God. I've got two questions, please. One was like on romance, but then the other was my brother passed away from COVID on the 12th of January. So
don't tell me too much. Don't tell me too many details because I want him to tell me. Well, ask me the first one first, and then we'll jump over to your brother because that'll take more time.
Okay. Any romance in the air? There's kind of been someone popping in and out, so I don't know if... that person, I'm not thinking that's going to go anywhere. I also think that person's not really, they're giving you mixed signals. So I feel like they're not serious. And I think that they're just kind of going with what they feel in the moment. So I wouldn't take them too seriously. However, in about 7 months, there might be someone, first name is ER. it sounds like an ER first name. It might be AR, but I'm thinking it's ER. That might pop into the picture, and that may be an opportunity for something a little more serious. They are very good with computers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do computer work or they're in IT.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's that question. With you said your brother, you want to connect with your brother, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. He is immediately blaming himself. So for me, that usually indicates that he's taking responsibility for his passing, or he feels like he put himself in harm's way. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging the number 12. Do you know if December or the 12th is connected to him?
The 12th is the day he died.
Okay. He's just validating the day that he passed away. He also keeps acknowledging that he felt very split in his mind. So either he wasn't able to focus or concentrate, or he felt like something was going a little bit odd in his brain, because he'd almost felt like he couldn't control he felt like he lost mobility or control of his body in a way. So he almost feels this way. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Did you mention he had COVID? Is that what you mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that that's one thing, but what he's doing is he's almost making me feel like the way that my head had to be positioned was a little bit differently than what would be normal. So there might have been something a little bit different with his condition than with the traditional COVID person. He also keeps acknowledging that he thought it was getting worse, and then it got a little better, and then it went downhill. Do you understand that?
He did. It got better, yeah.
Got it. Because he thought he had beaten it, or he thought he was coming out of it, and then it went downhill fast. So he's making me aware of that. He also makes me feel he's drawing on my skin. Do you know if there's any plans to get a tattoo for him, or if someone's going to get a tattoo for him because he's drawing on my skin?
There's quite a lot of people that will be getting tattoos for him. Not me, but I know a lot of people will be.
Got it. He's also acknowledging 3 or 4 necklaces that may be memorial necklaces. Do you know about this?
Not necklaces.
Because he's doing something over around my neck, and I feel like there's 3 or 4 of these.
Not me. It may be some other people.
It's almost like raising awareness for this, but it's almost like in memory of, but it's not. It doesn't remind me of like someone when they put ashes inside of a necklace. It almost feels flat, like a piece of. It almost reminds me of a St. Christopher's medal, but it's not a St. Christopher's medal. But it's in memory of, and it has to do with COVID. So there's something there. Now, if you don't know what this is, that's okay. I'll leave that with you. But he's making me feel like 3 or 4. I don't know why he said it that way, 3 or 4. But he's just that's the way he's saying it. He also, thank you. He's a bit of a goofball, your brother, because he's almost wanting to poke fun or make fun of you. So he's almost a bit of a goofball with you. He makes me feel, thank you. Were you watching a video of him? I don't know if this was a video at a pier or at a dock, but it almost feels like there's a video of him like this. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging a red ribbon as well. That's odd. Okay, so I know from experience that like when I see a red ribbon, it usually means like AIDS awareness or like someone who's passed from AIDS, but he's showing this to me in a different way. Is there some reference to a red ribbon or like a ribbon in memory of?
His mum's got cancer.
Oh, got it. So he's just acknowledging this. He also keeps reference 4, the number 4. Are they not giving her a great diagnosis with this?
She sort of recovered from it, but then they found a little bit more. It's just we don't know what's really going on.
Okay, because he's just said 4, and I'm trying to figure out if he's talking about that there will be changes with this in 4 months or in 4 years, but he's just put that out there. So that's a reference there. He also keeps showing me, did you and he used to do skits or pretend to do stuff in front of cameras for fun when you were younger?
No, so he's my half brother, so we didn't grow up with each other, but we used to do funny stuff on WhatsApp all the time, like just laugh.
Here's what he's showing me. This is why I'm trying to figure this out. You know, back in the 80s, they used to wear the headbands and the wristbands, and like when you would exercise and do that. He's making a joke, or he's doing something funny, like he's exercising in the 80s. I don't know why he's showing me that, but there's a reference to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, and sometimes you'll see videos on YouTube where they're like videos from like the 80s, and you've got all the guys in tights, and there's something there that he's making a joke about. So either there's a Halloween costume or there's a video of this. There's something there that he's making reference to.
He hated fancy dress, like it were a big thing. So he's probably taking a mick out of that, I would think, maybe.
No, this is very specific. He's being specific, and I also feel that he's wearing green in the picture. So there's like a green outfit or something green that goes along with this. So that's okay, and I'll leave that with you. But I feel like this is green because he's showing me something like this as well, and also like a neon green, like the '80s green. So there's something there he's making a joke about. He also keeps referencing thank you. Okay. Did you write him a letter or journal to him?
No.
He says you've written him since his passing. Unless it was text, you sent him a text after his passing, but he says you've written him since his passing.
No. I've not wrote anything, but
there's something was dedicated to him or something was written to him it's almost as if it feels very letter or journal like. It doesn't feel like just something.
I wrote something, not pen and paper, but I did write something.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's affirming that. He's just acknowledging that. He says he loves you, and he says that he's fine. He doesn't want anyone to worry about him. He also says that he had told people he didn't think he would live to an old age, and that he
told me,
yeah. So he's just acknowledging that he thought he would die young, or that he would go young. So he's just making reference to that. He is with you, and he loves you very much. And he says to say hello to Mom.
Yeah. Also, sorry, does he have any messages for my dad at all? We share the dad.
He does want to reference his mom, so he's still sticking with his mom. So
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You know if your father gave him a watch, or there's a watch that connects them?
No.
It's almost a joke about buying a watch that's so fancy.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's just because I'm like, where's he going with this? He also keeps acknowledging a picture, and it might be a picture of your father, and then he was a bit younger, but he's showing me an image of them together. And I wouldn't be surprised if your father has his hand on his head or on his hair, because he's almost like ruffling with his hair because he's making a reference to that as well. He also calls your father a lion, or the lion. So I don't know if your father is referred to as like this like very roary kind of personality, but he's referring to your father as the lion. So I'm not sure if that's the reference, or there's a lion seal that he's trying to to your father, because he's showing me a lion. So there's the reason why I said lion is because I'm thinking of the Lion King and Mufasa. And I'm like, okay, where is he going with this? So he's referencing something with your father and the lion.
Right, okay.
Okay. He's fine. He's doing this. Did your father not get a chance to say goodbye to him, or was there not the opportunity to say goodbye?
No.
Okay. He's probably letting him know that it's okay, and that he doesn't want him to worry about that. He has tried to communicate with your father in a dream. And he also drops coins for him. So your father may find coins in the oddest of places.
Thank you so much, Ferny. You're amazing.
You're welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right, let me do a few more texts. I'm going to do one more video, and then I think I'm out. Let me adjust this real quick. Let's make sure this is making contact. Making contact. There we go. And then that one. Nope, wrong one. Nope, wrong one. Perfect. And then, there it goes. Okay, cool. All right, let's go over here. I'm going to jump over to YouTube and Facebook real quick. Margaret Hermes on Facebook. Hi, Ferny. My uncle Mike passed away unexpectedly in December, and I just wanted to know if he's okay and if he's with my mom and papa. Yes, he's actually with 2 females. So there might be another female that's on your mom's level that's also there as well, because that's what he's showing me. He also keeps acknowledging a black or darker colored dog that's also there. It's funny because I want to say Bingo. I don't know if there's a dog named Bingo, or if there's a special thing about Bingo, and Bingo was his name. I want to sing Bingo. So there's a reference to that. So he's acknowledging that, but he's acknowledging this darker colored dog. Now, the dog's not named Bingo. I don't know where he's going with that, but that's what he said right after the dog. He also keeps showing me, thank you. There may also be a connection to the name George, or Georgie, or Gigi. So he's making a reference to that as well. He also keeps acknowledging okay, I don't know if you found a really interesting picture or a piece of paper in the middle of a table or on a desk and you didn't put it there, but he's referencing like trying to put something in the middle of area that you would see it, that might be like a piece of paper or like a picture that you would relate to him because he's making reference to that. He's okay though. He's all right. Let's see. I asked Rhonda to ask me a complete sentence, and I'm still looking, and she's mentioned a couple things, but she is not really asking me a question. She's just saying words. So I'm trying to see. I can see her stuff. I don't see any more from. Not seeing any more from her. It's okay. Maybe she got tired and she just disconnected. That's okay. By the way, guys, if y'all get hit by a private message on Facebook or YouTube from someone who says that they can do a reading for you, it's a troll. They will take your money. Do not respond. You need to block that person and report them as spam. Jennifer Solis. Hey, Ferny, any messages from my sister-in-law, Christina, and back in 2013, I almost died during a miscarriage. Any messages from my baby, and why was I given another chance? Because it wasn't your time to go. And not only that, but I don't know if you've had a baby since then, but they're making me feel, the baby that you lost in 2013, they're making me feel like the baby's been reborn or has come back into the family. So the baby may actually be already a member in your family, because that's the way I'm being made to feel. As far as your sister-in-law is concerned, I'm seeing Christina 3 times, so there might be 3 separate Christines or Christy names, but she's referencing 3, so there might be more than one person that she's trying to acknowledge. She also keeps acknowledging the number, it's the 4 or the 5. I want to say it's the 4th. So April or the 4th of a month may also be connected to her. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She showed me an earring. I don't know if you still have a pair of earrings that she got you, or there was some that had like the feathers or the little, like, because she showed me something like that. So there's a reference to that as well. She also keeps acknowledging a picture of her where she's got a baseball cap on. And y'all may have all been like at a game or been doing something like where there's sports and stuff. She's acknowledging something like that. So there's a reference to that as well. Okay. Also, there might be a picture of her where she's giving a kiss, like where she's doing that or she's acting silly. So there's a picture of that, and she's actually wishing that to her significant other. So she's almost making reference to that as well. Okay, let me go back over here. Let me bring one more person on and see if I can get somebody on here. Get somebody. Hold on. Let me fix my thing here. Oh, hold on, guys. I got some problems here. Oh, please hold. Please hold. Nope, that's not it. I think this is it. This is it. Come on. I was gonna get like a saving gel because I felt like a gel would probably like not dry out as quickly. So see. Okay. This is like hysterical. Doing this stuff is like hysterical. Y'all should have seen me yesterday, y'all. Like I was like trying to do this, and I was like in my pajamas, and I was like, "What the hell, y'all? What the hell?" Let's see. It goes because it's orange. Okay. 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 Change. Change. Ah, chingado, como fregan. I'm coming, guys. Hold on. Let me fix this. I want to make sure I do this right because it's important. Ah, I guess. Yeah, green. Okay. Oh. Pinches. Perfect. Okay, cool. Now I'm back. All right, let me go back here. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Calm down, y'all. Calm down. Let's go to Hugo. Let's see if Hugo jump on here.
Hey, come on. Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh my God, I'm gonna burn my hand. Give me 1 second.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Do it. Do it.
Hey, that wasn't. Oh my goodness. I actually did it.
Sorry, my mom's crying.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We just wanted to know if you had a message from my grandma or my grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Your mom's dad and mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so first of all, they are together, and your grandma's laughing about that because she makes me feel like that's a joke. But she's acknowledging that. She also said, y'all better be careful because she says, I get to decide who gets in and who doesn't. So she's almost like messing with y'all. She keeps acknowledging a ring. Do y'all have a ring or a stone ring that is connected to mom?
She does.
Got it. She's acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. She's laughing with your mom. Mom, did you change your hair color since she passed?
She did, like, so many times.
She's acknowledging her making fun of your hair and like your hair being all over the place, so she's making reference to that. She also keeps, hold on, give me 1 second, let me make sure. Okay, because my brain stuff is going crazy here. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. It's gonna sound weird. Do y'all have something that's like a little turtle or turtle shell top that is like a decorative thing that belonged to mom?
Algo like, que se ve like a turtle, like.
Si tenías como una, sí, algo que tenía como una tortuga, arriba es como una, el shape de la tortuga. Es como algo, pero es it's like glass. It's like glass or crystal.
Maybe in su casa? Maybe in my casa? Well, maybe in her house.
Okay, because she's showing me something that looks like it's porcelain or it's like a little figurine that's got a turtle. So there's something about that she's making reference to.
Okay.
Okay. She also keeps, there's a baby with her in spirit. So do you know if the baby was miscarried, lost, or terminated?
Baby in the family? Baby?
It was a boy.
Maybe?
Yeah.
She's acknowledging that. Harmon or Herman or Hart. Is there a Herman or Harmon or Herman name connection to the family?
No. Well, Harmon? Harmon? No.
No, there is an H.
Is it her? Does it sound like her?
Huerta. Huerta, so maybe.
Oh, it's H-E-R? Or so,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, H-E-R.
Who is that to your mom?
My mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's trying to give me her name. She's trying to spell her name for me. I'm just seeing it as like a Herman. So she's trying to give me her name. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Is there a blue, first of all, I think this, thank you. Is there a picture of her wearing a blue dress or a blue blouse? Because she's showing me an image of her and it's like a bluish colored dress or a blouse. She might have even been younger.
Probably. There's so many pictures. We have so.
It feels like she was younger because she's almost acknowledging. It almost feels like she would have been much younger. So it's a younger picture of her. She's showing me a blue picture. It's almost like a blue dress or a blue shirt, but she's making reference to that. She also keeps talking about the two sisters. ¿Tienes dos hermanas?
6.
Okay. Me está diciendo de las dos hermanas. ¿Su mamá tiene dos hermanas?
4.
Okay. No, she's being specific. There's something here she's trying to tell me. Is there a difference between 2 of the sisters versus the rest of the sisters? Because she's pointing out or trying to acknowledge 2 of the sisters.
Hay
Well,
dos diferentes que.
nomás viven ya 2.
Oh, there's only, okay, got it. She's trying to acknowledge the 2 remaining sisters. So that's what she's acknowledging, is to say hello or to acknowledge the 2 remaining sisters. She also is putting her hand over her mouth. ¿No estabas ahí cuando ella se murió? Ok, porque ella sabe que no estabas ahí y me está diciendo que todo está bien, no te preocupes, que ella no está enojada con usted. También me está diciendo que ella te visitó cuando estabas dormida y te trató de decir que todo estaba bien y que ella estaba con su papá. So me está diciendo que ella te visitó cuando estabas dormida. ¿Te recuerdas? Me dijo que la oíste en su cabeza.
The night? Did you?
Del día que mi mamá se murió.
Nomás me está diciendo que después de que ella te ha visitado cuando estabas dormida y que ella te visitó y que ella llegó y te estaba diciendo que ella estaba bien y que estaba con su papá. ¿Te recuerdas de un sueño? Ok, me está diciendo de eso. También me está diciendo de un, thank you. ¿Tienes un rosario que está, ok, me está diciendo del rosario? También it's also a necklace with a cross. Necklace with a cross.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's acknowledging that as well. And that's separate from the rosary because she's acknowledging the rosary and then that's a necklace with a cross. Okay? She's also doing this again, going back to the ring. Is someone engaged or planning on getting married? Someone's getting married in the family. Me está diciendo que alguien se va a casar en la familia. O apenas se casó alguien en la familia.
Ya se casaron.
Oh, ya se casaron. Well, I do have a cousin that just got married.
Was it 2 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just acknowledging that she was around with the marriage 2 months ago. So she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Dice que te quiere mucho. Que te quiere mucho. Okay. She's making my lungs hurt. She makes me feel like she was having difficulty taking deep breaths and like something was like making it harder for her to catch her breath. It almost feels like there was fluid. Do you know if there was fluid building up in her stomach or in her chest that was affecting her breathing?
¿Puede respirar? No.
No.
Me está diciendo que tenía problemas respirando y que como que había líquido o algo que tenía como un líquido que le estaba llegando aquí en el pecho y también no era fácil para ella para que pudiera respirar.
No. Le dio un ataque al corazón.
Antes que tuvo el ataque, no sabe si ella estaba mala o tenía como le pegó un garganta porque me está diciendo que tenía como que estaba mala o tenía like she was cold, like she had a cold.
Bueno, no podía respirar cuando la llevamos al restaurante.
Okay. Eso es lo que me está diciendo, que se sentía mal y no sabía lo que estaba pasando. Eso es lo que me estaba diciendo. También me está diciendo que no era el primer ataque que tuvo. So,
No.
¿Usted no sabe si tenía otro ataque antes? Ok, me está diciendo eso también. También me está diciendo del 11. ¿No sabe si el 11 de un mes o el noviembre está conectado también?
Noviembre.
Si noviembre o el 11 de un mes está conectado, su papá ya entró. So, su papá está entrando y me está diciendo... ¿No le faltaba dientes o 2 dientes a su papá porque me está enseñando sus dientes como que 2 de los dientes le estaba dando problemas o no tenía 2?
No, sí tenía dientes.
¿Por qué me está enseñando como los dientes cayéndose o algo que le cayeron los dientes?
Tenía dos dientes, 2 muelas que le quitaban postizos.
Me está también haciendo esto. ¿No sabes si su papá le estaba doliendo la cabeza o él tenía problemas en la cabeza antes que se murió?
Se murió del COVID.
Ok, lo que me está enseñando es la cabeza, como que el brain, like the brain swelled, o lo que, like, como, how is it called, like brain swelling? Like there was swelling in his brain, and it was leading to his system.
Well, he was really sick, and he was by himself for the whole time. He was sick, so we don't really know like what was hurting or wasn't. He was.
That's okay. Because he's showing me like the brain swelling or like there being this swelling in his brain, so he's making a reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Jesus, is there a Jesus or Jesus name?
Sí.
Okay. ¿Quién es Jesús a su papá?
Jesús, mi sobrino.
Okay. ¿Y él es el hijo de su hermana?
Sí.
Okay. ¿No sabes si ellos tienen unos problemas o como que no se llevan bien? El sobrino con la mamá o si se están peleando porque me está diciendo de un pleito o como que no están hablando ahorita.
No sé.
Ok, vas a tener que mirar porque me está enseñando como que como se desconectaron o como que no están hablando o algo está pasando con el sobrino y la mamá, porque eso es lo que me está diciendo.
Okay.
Como que él nomás me está diciendo que él mira todo, que está mirando todo lo que está pasando y le quiere decir al sobrino, te estoy mirando, vas a ver. So he's just telling them like to watch it. He showed me a picture with the hat on, like the cowboy hat. Do y'all have the picture? Okay. Se mira muy guapo, me dice. Se mira muy guapo. So,
You know,
ellos están bien y están con ustedes. Hay un perrito también blanquito que hay ahí también porque tienen un perrito que está ahí que se murió también. Yeah.
tiene un perrito.
Me está enseñando el perrito chiquito.
Oh, he was big, but I'm
He
sure
was
she
what?
was big.
Was he
Whoa.
white?
He was a big dog.
Was he white or
He was-
beige? Okay, yeah, that may just be it. But he's just not. It wasn't that big. He was like not. He was not a massive dog. He was like a medium-sized dog. Okay, yeah. It's like he's some. So he's just acknowledging that he's okay. They're okay.
Pero están juntos.
Sí. Su mamá se ríe cuando me dice que están juntos y se ríe su mamá como es un chisme. Está bien. Está bien.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
On like 6 phones, hoping that you would answer.
Oh.
Thank you so much. You're so great.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Y'all take care of yourselves.
Gracias.
Ay, de nada, mucho gusto.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, I think I'm done. I think I've hit it. Let me do one more text version here because there's a bunch of y'all here. Let's see. Okay. One more. Shandoa. Hi, Ferny. My boyfriend Alex, best friend Gabrielle, recently passed recently. Any messages for him or his wife Cassie? Was he at peace? Yes, he is at peace. He does make me feel like he had been having dreams right before he passed, or something was going on, because he makes me feel like he was dreaming about stuff right before it happened. He keeps showing me shoes, but I almost feel like I'm seeing special shoes or tennis shoes. I don't know if he had Adidas or Nikes, but he's showing me something that reminds me of like his shoes. So there's a reference there. He also keeps acknowledging that he's showing me the phone, but he's also acknowledging more than one phone. So I don't know if y'all have more than one phone that belongs to the friend, or the wife has more than one phone that belongs to the friend. He also keeps acknowledging there might be a video or an audio of him pretending to rap or acting like he can rap, and it almost feels like it's a funny video. It might even be him and his wife together, or him just trying to pretend to be to do that, because he's showing me something like that. So there's a reference there as well. He is also showing me the number 5, which is my birthday. So the 5th of a month is connected, or May might be connected. So he's acknowledging that as well. Okay, he is okay though. He's all right. All right, guys, I think I'm done. So I love you all. I will be back on Friday. I'm going to do this again just because I want to get more than one read, because I wanted to show consistently what's going on. So I will be back on in a few moments because we're doing our study group time. So